Hi, I'm Purple Streak, and today we're jumping down the rabbit hole of games that have been made, at least partially, by YouTubers. So expect stuff like the Annoying Orange and PewDiePie's games, and not stuff like the Super Mega Fan game, as that was made for them and not by them. Maybe that can be another video in the future. So when a YouTuber starts to gain popularity, they tend to try other things to satisfy their creative needs, or just to make a bit of extra money. They'll usually try something like making music or writing a book, with the results often being rather subpar as it's not something they've done before or is overly familiar with. I'm lost, I'm found. Okay, that's enough of that. I don't want you clicking off this video just yet. Occasionally though, they'll put together a game. Some are good and some trigger the cancel culture community. So let's not hang around here too long. Let's get into the games. Does anyone remember the Annoying Orange? It was a one-joke YouTube series with the running gag being an annoying orange whose friends gets killed at the end of the video. It was okay the first time round. Well, somehow that stupid fruit got its own TV show and 2 games out of that bare bones premise, and the YouTube channel is still doing exceptionally well. I think I'm jealous of a fruit. So, as one of the games is on iOS, something I don't have, we'll have to take a look at the Android outing. Annoying Orange Splatter Up. Now I want you to brace yourself for this next fact. You ready? Okay. The game's not good. Shocker, I know. It's a very simple game where you have to hit fruit across a kitchen. Do you like puns?
No home run! You better run home!
Do you like hearing those same puns over and over?
No home run! You better run home!
Do you hate yourself? Then this is the game for you. The ads are really intrusive as well as they cover up the screen every so often after a hit. Basically, this game is a mess. You have to hit various fruits as far as possible, but the controls feel awful, so your hits are rarely consistent, and there's a pun after each hit, which very quickly begin to repeat themselves. There's some things like power-ups and level-ups that attempt to stretch the game's length, but I could only stomach about 10 minutes of this game before a chair and noose started beckoning me with its siren call. I don't know who chooses to play this game when there's a host of great free games out there, but I don't want to meet them. What? You've never played Tumor Simulator? Pfft. You know it's fun, right? I'm not supposed to give my opinion. Wait. Yes I am. So if you've watched any of PewDiePie's latest videos, you'll be very aware of this game's existence, but have yet to actually play it because, let's face it, it's a mobile game. And you know it's free, right? Well, that unfortunately means it's either full of ads or microtransactions or both. But putting that aside, my honest opinion is, it's actually not half bad. There's a lot to this game. You start as a small YouTuber in a dilapidated room, pretty close to my current setup actually, and can choose to make one of 3 different videos, each of 2 topics. And the idea is to work out what's currently trending that day and release videos according to that. And with more views you get more subscribers, and views are currency in this game to buy more equipment to level up your character. You even get mini-games to earn money and reduce shipping times on your deliveries. This is where the microtransactions come in, as you can buy more bucks to speed up shipping and to buy clothing for your YouTuber. For example, I was stuck looking like this for most of my footage, as the hair I wanted was 25 bucks. So yeah, screw that, this'll do. Thankfully you can earn bucks throughout the game, which is good, as with most microtransaction supported games, it is winnable without making a purchase. I also really like the way the game handles the ads. They're not just thrown at you constantly between tasks, they're just optional in exchange for things in the game, like tripling your reward or unlocking a new task. So even ads aren't necessary in this game if you'd rather not. There's lots of little details I really like in this game too, like how PewDiePie is beating T-Series. Also the sponsor eagle flies by and you can tap him for free stuff. I didn't even verify that sponsor or anything, I just took the money. That could have been promoting fake free makeup brushes for all I know. And who would do such a despicable thing?
All of their makeup brushes are free. All you have to do is pay the shipping. I'm obsessed with so many.
You can also unlock streaming so you can earn views whilst you're not playing. Whilst you play this game, PewDiePie pops up to explain how things work and makes this face a bit too much. It's helpful but doesn't really carry the Pewdie humour we're used to, so that would definitely be a negative. And while looking at users' submissions and voting on them is cool for the themed room competitions, it's annoying that I don't have the resources to join straight away. The pros outweigh the cons on this one though, so if you've always seen that ad and wondered if it's actually any good, it is. I'll be honest though, once I got to my IRL subscriber count in a matter of hours, I got depressed and stopped. So if you're also a small YouTuber, maybe keep that in mind if your ego is as fragile as mine. Also, quick edit, after finishing the script I'm still playing this game on and off. So yeah, I'd recommend checking it out. Just don't drop any real money on it. That's a rabbit hole you don't want to go down.
Hey Jeremy,
Yeah.
how much did you spend on that mobile Marvel game?
How much did I spend on the Marvel game?
Yeah.
About 40 odd quid.
Thanks, that's all I wanted. Thank you.
As I'm a poor YouTuber whose AdSense comes solely from one mildly successful video, I don't throw my money around when it comes to making these videos. A lot of the games I review are either free or I get given for free, so I usually don't spend any money making these videos except for that one time I paid that All That Remains frontman for a cameo.
I've never played this game before or even know what game you're talking about, but I hate it.
Best money ever spent. So the only game I actually paid for was PewDiePie's Legend of the Brofist. And do I regret it? A little. So back in the day this would probably be amazing for a PewDiePie fan, but damn, the references have not aged well. This game came out back in 2015, so the main villain is a barrel. Remember that? Stefano's there too. It was a simpler time back then. Also, this meme was dead even when this game was new. So I'm only going to glance over this game for this video as I've already covered one PewDiePie game, but I'll come back to it if I make a second video on this topic. So I will say the controls are really nice and responsive, and judging by how it throws you into 3 different level types straight away, it seems like it has quite a variety of gameplay to offer. The humour is quite hit or miss, and definitely mostly missing for me. Like this little joke.
Finally he's gone. Now I can get back into bed and eat snacks all day.
I mean, that's kind of funny, but at the same time, barrels are devastating your house. That ain't gonna happen. And I also played as you like a level later. Which is it? Are you flying a plane or staying home? And Felix, that is not how you drive a car! Damn these inconsistencies to hell! The next game I'm going to take a look at is Storm Area 51 by Killer Keemstar. So this game leaves me with a lot of questions. Firstly, what's Keemstar's actual involvement in this game? He talks about it on Twitter as if it's his own game, but the Steam page makes no mention to him, and this isn't a new development team put together by Keem either, it's an existing team that put together games in the past. Oh hey, would you look at that? Keem has 2 games. So is Keem just paying for the development, or has he got a stake in the game in exchange for promoting it? Either way, I'm not impressed. As of writing this script, he's bragging about how they've put out 22 patches in 2 weeks, as if that's something to brag about. The game was literally put out in an absolutely unplayable state and at $15. It's an insulting joke. I love the Area 51 meme as much as the next guy. In fact, I've already got my plane tickets, but this attempt to capitalise on it really doesn't sit well with me. Or anyone else if you look at the reviews. This game is trash. Straight trash. I'm all for being in on a joke, but this game is so bad it kills the joke. Save your money. It's bad. Not ironically bad, just bad. Probably the worst thing I've played, and believe me, I have played a lot. Boring. Make it fun and then it will not be boring. I may have to hire this guy to write my reviews. He has such a way of words.
Hey, I made an Area 51 level in Mario Maker 2, Naruto Ring Awe. Didn't get much attention because I didn't share it far. Why am I here again? Oh yeah, whole nother YouTuber here talking about YouTuber games by YouTubers I may or may not have played, because trying to find YouTuber games instead of gaming YouTubers is a freaking Google search nightmare. They aren't as prevalent as awful YouTuber movies. I'm TreyGamr58 and I've invaded this video to expose your brains to a couple specimens of what I'd like to call cringeware, even though this whole video is basically doing that. Member of a Normal Boots dating game? Yeah, it is real. That wasn't a fever dream you had, and yes, it is official. Yeah, disclaimer, I didn't play this, at least for more than a few minutes because, well, yeah. Like, how the crap am I even supposed to review a game like this? I am the opposite of the intended audience. Look at it. Asagao High Normal Boots Club is a visual novel / dating sim where all your favorite game reviewing YouTubers are attending high school and you're the new girl, starring fan favorites like JonTron.
Wealthy blacks also commit more crime than poor whites. That's a fact.
Wait, what?
And Pro Jared.
Yes, I cheated, and I'm okay with that.
Is it bad that I binged watched his videos after the news and nudes broke? Yes, no, maybe. He turned out to be innocent, so shut up. Yeah, don't worry. John Sean's repented and Pro Jared proved himself innocent. I know all that, but still. This game is aging more terribly than expired milk outside an eternal heat-wave summer, and it's only going to get worse as more of his motley crew breaks apart. It's almost as if you shouldn't make dating sims out of real people. Who woulda thunk? If you're a huge fangirl of a Normal Boots crew and willing to suspend your disbelief and ignore everything that has happened over the last few years, it's alright as a dating game, I hear. Maybe. Probably not. I wouldn't know. Honestly, it feels like most of these guys are being a bit too narcissistic, but maybe that's just me. Maybe they're just being idealistic caricatures of themselves for the player's sake. Do I recommend? Well, I'll likely not even remember this game in 5 minutes as I block it out of my memory. At least we got a bunch of voice clips to play around with. Isn't that right, Jeff of Space Hamster fame?
I don't know. Bye-bye.
Now I'd like to bring up some abandonware, just for fun. Beyog's Casts, Yog Ventures. Disclaimer, I didn't play this either because, well, I can't. With a Kickstarter backing of over $500,000, over twice their projected budget, it was going to be a Yogiverse themed Minecraft clone that was set to release back in 2014. But due to poor financial management and bad business decisions like, paying an artist in full with no binding contract, allowing the person to just leave fully paid halfway through, amongst other reasons I'm sure, the game was nowhere near completion and officially canned on July of that year. F in the chat for the fans and to the people who are preemptively setting up servers. I only remember watching only a handful of Yogcast videos back in the initial Minecraft days. Mainly that one dwarf song. I really like that dwarf song. A lot of people had a falling out with his channel of how poorly they handled the situation, like, hey, if you backed this game, you'll get reparations via Steam code for another game that's never going to be released. Nowadays, Yogscast has only been publishing games like Cave Blazers, Landlord Supper, and Brunch Club. These aren't Yog Ventures. Give me the dwarf and the spaceman. Minecraft is back in style. Release the unfinished build. I don't particularly want it, but justice to the unsatisfied backers. They could mod it to completion, so at least give them the chance, I guess. Or not. Whatever. I don't care. Sorry if it sounded like I've been brushing my mic this entire time. I wasn't. I need a pop filter or something. Whatever. Back to you, purple dude.
Well, that happened. I don't remember agreeing to that, but okay. So, Hatful. I bought this game for Android when it first came out, and I have to say I really enjoyed this one for a good while. Since it's been a few years since I played it, I went back to the Google Play Store to re-download this for the review, and it's gone. Great. This is why physical copies of games are necessary. I paid for that damn game. It's 4 years too late to ask for a refund. I'll find out. It even still advertises it on the web version of the game, which is what I'll have to review instead. This game was developed by Yahtzee from the YouTube channel Zero Punctuation back in 2015, and it's a hat putting on simulator. Solid premise. Damn, this would make a good game. So in short, you have to catch the hat on your head whilst trying not to be confused or distracted by the characters that look like you or the fake shadows. You can use hats you've earned to swap out some of the clones of you with different characters, which definitely helps, and you can also get items for your office. There's not much to it other than that really. The main focus of the game is its humour, and I have to say it does a good job of it. Like for example, if you buy the golden desk, within a few turns it gets stolen and you have to fill out an insurance claim. This then becomes a task of trying to tick the boxes as your character becomes more and more intoxicated, ending with, please, tick this obnoxiously small box. This legit made me chuckle. The controls are tight, the aesthetics are identical to the channels, and the gameplay is fun. It just gets repetitive as you can probably imagine. It also has the option to watch an ad for more hats, but I think the ad server broke, so it just crashes the game now. I guess that means no more pregnant schoolgirls for me. I just want to be clear, I'm talking about those awful YouTube ads. I'm not saying I'm into pregnant schoolgirls, because I'm not. I'm not! So this next game wasn't released to a fanfare, to say the least. To give some context, the H3 channel hadn't uploaded a video for several months, with no real explanation, and their first video after this short break was an advert for a game they'd made. Long story short, it didn't go down well. They even made an update / apology video with a cliche dog for sympathy.
Everyone's like, oh, bring the dog in. That'll make it more emotional. He's here jumping at my side, all right? Can you still be mad at us over the video game? Look at that face and tell me you're still mad at us about that video game.
It basically just came down to bad timing as the game happened to be released during their small hiatus, so I won't let that reflect on this review. So this game was made by the same team that developed the Tumor Simulator game for PewDiePie, and the game looks nice. A small healer rides on an inflated Ethan, and you shoot around using Ethan's sweat. The animations look really good on this. The small crawling healer looks adorable. And hey, if you're not a fan of her, you get to kick her at the end of each run, so there's something for everyone here. Especially all you inflation fetishists out there. So the gameplay consists of just flying as far as possible whilst avoiding obstacles and collecting power-ups and treasure chests. The chests work like delivery items in Tumor Simulator, where you can either wait real time or pay with bucks to skip the wait. So I guess I didn't want to come up with too much original content for this game. The game also features the voices of both Healer and Ethan, which is definitely a good step, although it has to be said they don't do a particularly good job.
Is it just me or is that sweat shooting at me? I really need to lose weight.
Yeah, I think it's sweat.
Considering his loud and expressive H3 persona, it's surprising how little effort it seems he's putting into the voice acting here.
Kissing prank! God set you up!
It honestly feels like Outermind just sent them some lines to record with no context, and they just went with it. I hope that's not the case, but there's no H3 charm here really, except maybe the button to move. That's a nice touch. I wouldn't say this game is terrible, just nothing special. Probably worth playing to see if you like it, but definitely don't sink any money into it. Save it for a Teddy Fresh shirt if you want to support our Fupus Maximus. So if you haven't seen it, JonTron recently enough had a game jam between two 3-person teams, one featuring John and one featuring Chris, aka Oni. They had 72 hours to put together a game, and the best game in that time wins. I loved the video, and a lot of people were asking to play the games because whilst they looked like a mess, they also looked like a lot of fun. I mean, I've never related to a game character more in my life. A little after the video dropped, the games were released to the public. And oh boy, let's get into them. The first one I played was the game by John's team, Bazooka47. The concept was
a game where you wield a bazooka which is attached to an assault rifle and misfires out.
Which is unique, I'll give them that. So I obviously won't critique the game too hard because it was made in such a short time, but this game definitely needed a restart button. Each time you die you get booted back to the title screen and you have to skip through the opening cutscene each time. And if you glitch out of the world, which happened a good few times, then you'd have to Control-Alt-Delete the game, otherwise this would be your new computer bricking screensaver for a while. How it works is that you have to get to the end of the train, and any item or knock to your gun will set off the bazooka, which usually launches you off the train. But the aiming is painful and the jump is really janky and floaty. A lot of the time I'll just slide off a platform too for no reason. I tried for a long time to try and beat this game, but I just couldn't. I will say though that the intro by JonTron is funny and well done, and some of the death clips are okay, but it doesn't save this game. It's just frustrating. Next is Captain Neckbeard, a game where you control a clumsy pirate who hates the monarchy. So I really like this game. I love the music and sound effects Chris put together for this, and the blob of a character is finally a realistic depiction of males in a video game. Gone are the days of Nathan Drake type muscular fit men. Why didn't Alan Wake star a fat balding man? Discrimination, that's why. Even Mario is a gymnastic thick boy. Do you think a regular man can triple jump like that? So thank you, Neckbeard. May your hatred of chads and conformity be the staple of games to come. So the gameplay consists of slapping your keyboard to hack for money, and then keeping the monarchy at bay by answering phone calls and changing CCTV tapes. All this is done by attempting to control your hands by picking them up and moving them, which is easier said than done. This happened to me about 30 seconds into playing, so I can see the game breaking glitches they were talking about. Overall, this was a fun game and had the most interesting concept. I was also able to beat it, which was fun. I may have to censor it though. It may be too erotic for YouTube. So after playing both games, I can see why Chris has won. Watching this video, I honestly thought John's would win because it looked the most polished and looked fun. But now I understand why Milady won over I Like Trains, as it's definitely the better game. Check them out, I'll add them to the description below. Thanks for watching! Those weren't all the games out there made by YouTubers, so if you want a second video on the subject, let me know. Also thanks to TreyGamr58 for his stellar cameo. His channel is on screen now, so please feel free to check him out and sub to him as he deserves way more subs than he's got. Well, I've got to go now. I've got to start work on my own awful game. Just have to figure out a way to charge money per minute played.